photos on your website, they're great. They're not what people come back for. How fast your site loads, also really important. Also not what people are coming for. The number one thing that people are coming back to your website for is your copy. And I'm going to walk you through why your copy is so important and 5 ways that you can improve your website copy to increase conversions and leads on your website. Simple things that you can go change right now, today. Now think about it. The pictures on your website can be great and the design can be beautiful and clean and really easy to use. But what people are really focusing on when they hit your website is the copy. And they're focusing on a few main things with your copy. Most importantly, they're focusing on, do you solve their problems? So that's my first tip with your copy. Go back through your website and make sure that your focus is on your customers' objectives. You're on what problem they have and what they want to fix and how your service solves that for them. For instance, if you have a product, focus on not the features, all those cool things your product can do, but focus instead on the problems those features solve. You know, the thing is, the customer doesn't really care that your product has X, Y, and Z features. They care that you solve problems A, B, and C for them with those features. So break your customers' problems down into some sub issues depending on your product or service, and focus sections of copy on how you solve those problems within a bigger problem or even a few big main problems that your client might have. It's important to show the solution. It's important to show that you have the solution, might I say. You're not going to give away a service, especially for free, but you want people to know that you've solved problems for other people, and that's what your business does, is you can solve their problem. Next, and this one's really tricky, even for me, make sure that you talk how your target market talks. So if you've gone through and you've made a buyer persona or a target market spreadsheet or however you want to call it, the number one thing that I tell my digital marketing students is to include language in their buyer personas. So think about it for a second. The way that I talk about building a website and all of the features and all of the things included in the website are technical jargon. I know that my target market, a small business owner, isn't necessarily going to know what I'm talking about. And that's okay. There's literally nothing wrong with that. But we don't want to create an issue where they don't understand what we're talking about, or even more so, that they're searching for something that we are not talking about. So think about it this way. Speaking in your target market's language is as simple as speaking in those search keywords. After all, what people are Googling is how they're going to find you. And if you're not talking in the search phrases that they're using in their language, because they're not going to look for senior WordPress developer to find me, they're going to look for WordPress websites that convert or something like that, or WordPress websites made easy. You see what I mean? So get in their language and use that for your keywording and your hashtags on social media, and you'll be amazed at how much better your website copy performs because you're getting on your customer's level and not your own. This one's also really important, and a lot of this is less about your website and more about your digital marketing as a whole, and even your print marketing. But maintaining a consistent brand voice is key. That consistent brand voice is hard for somebody who's not totally a writer to understand. But think about how you talk. If you're more of a talker and less of a writer, talk it out. And then write down how you talk it out. Think about how you talk to a customer on a regular basis. You probably talk to 2 or 3 clients a week, for instance, if you're a service-based business, maybe more if you're a product-based business, and more if you're in sales. So think about how you speak to people, how you talk about it, and how you notice when they're connecting with you. And then take that and make that your brand voice and make it a consistent voice across your website and all of the various pages, across your social media platforms, your content marketing, your blogs, everything. Because people are going to meet you in multiple locations. And if you don't have a consistent brand voice, and especially if you're a smaller business, it can make them wonder if they're even meeting the same business that they met over on Instagram when they find you on TikTok. So make sure everything is consistent. It doesn't mean you have to put out the same content, but just make sure your voice, how you talk about things, the words that you use, and whether or not you're more relaxed or a little bit more professional is consistent across all of your platforms. And you'll be amazed at how consistency really helps connect people to your content. Now, this one is important because it's there again focusing on the customer's problem and how you solve it. But include some kind of social proof on your website. Social proof can be as simple as a testimonial that you got from a happy customer to, how many 5-star reviews you have on Google, if that matters to you, to allowing people to leave reviews right on your website for your products. You don't always want to have a picture perfect representation of your business. I mean, when I look at a product on Amazon, I'm going to look for the 5-star reviews, the 3-star reviews, and the 1-star reviews, and try to find how good that product actually is. Because we understand that some of those reviews are purchased or requested, or you know what I mean. So we want to make sure that when we're including social proof on our website, if you're just pulling a few key testimonials, ask your clients to share how you helped them. What solution did they get when they used your service? And if you're including reviews on your products, don't delete bad reviews. Let those happen and respond to them. And that's actually key when you get reviews on social media and Google My Business as well. Respond to those reviews. Make sure that you're trying to make it right. Ask them what you did wrong and try to learn from it, because even a 5-star business does not have 100% happy customer base all of the time. Things happen. You get a customer who's a little bit more picky or who's had a bad day, and they go on blast. So focus on providing some kind of social proof on your website, even if it's just portfolio pieces and showcasing the work that you have done in the past. People need to know that you've got some kind of proof, third-party proof that you do a good job. Now, if you're a brand new business, what can you do? In the creative industry, we have it a little easier. I work out trade deals with friends that I know that need a little bit of help. I do a little bit of work for them for free or low cost in exchange for that review. Now, you really only need to do that 2 or 3 times max. And don't go off and building thousands of dollars worth of projects for them for free just for a review. Do something small, make sure you have clear defined guidelines, and then if they're happy with your work, they may just hire you too. Lastly, make your copy scannable. Now, I just spent a semester teaching at my local university here in town, and I taught digital marketing with a classic textbook. And I told my students that I knew that they were going to skim that textbook. Nobody's going to read every single word that you write on your website. If you have great engrossing copy, they might. They really, really might, if they really enjoy it. But more than likely, they're going to skim and make sure they hit the main points. So make this easier on people. And the fact that they have such little time on their hands, that they're busy, and that we have short attention spans. So focus on creating bulleted lists and numbered lists when you can, so you can bring people down through those main points in your copy. Focus on bolding important pieces, things that really matter. You want to stick out, bold those important pieces, and it brings the attention to that copy. It brings the attention to maybe that pain point or the solution that you're providing for that pain point, and helps people skip between those bolded sections. So think of it like that too, that they're getting the main message just if they read the bolds. And make your sentences short and your content short and crisp. So your paragraphs, keep those short too. I struggle with this, especially with my blogs. I really struggle to keep my language short. I'm a verbose writer, but think more like journalistic writing tendencies, where we want to make sure that we get the message across in as little words as possible without overwhelming people as they go through and skim our websites. The number one important thing with this is that with improved website copy, you're going to increase your conversions and leads because you're making it easier for people to see what you do, how you help them, and they're going to not have as many questions after going through your website. They're going to know, they're going to be more sold when they come to you. But on top of that, improved website copy helps your SEO, which helps with your discoverability. It helps with your rankings on Google. And that means more people are finding you. See where I'm going with this? So think about it like that. You're improving your website copy for your clients, but a side benefit of that is improved SEO. And that's really, really important when you're trying to drive organic traffic to your website. And I can tell you, it might take you about 4 hours, depending on your site size, to go through the whole thing and make these 5 changes throughout your copy. But it will be amazing what you can see results-wise, how many more contact forms you get, etc., as you go through and improve your website copy throughout. So take that time, get a better website, and you know what? It's just a little bit of time, and it's free for you to increase your organic traffic as well.